Looking to do photography with a prime lens at 500mm. You've got a couple different options, but Sigma have just released a new lens that's particularly interesting. This one right here is a 500mm f5.6 lens. It's nice, small and lightweight and does pretty much everything you need it to. Well, there's a nature reserve here. Ooh. No worries. Well, there's a nature reserve here and hopefully we're going to capture some photos of some beautiful birds. Let's get to it. So you can get some really incredible images, and there's one image that I wanted to get for a little while, and surprisingly it's actually nothing to do with wildlife. It's a castle. It's Castle Koch. Koch. Super excited to get this photo and listening for the birds to see if we can find anything in particular that's going to be quite interesting. Let's give it a go. What I've done is turn on aps-c crop, so it gives me a 750mm on the lens, and we've got a seagull over the other side. From a distance, it's not a great photo, but zooming in, you can really tell how sharp the actual lens is. I'm trying to capture birds. They're mocking me at the moment by making a lot of noise, but moving really fast. The lens is really nice to hold handheld as well, and I can't wait until we actually get to the nature reserve, where we can actually get some really good shots of some birds. But at the moment, I've got a seagull. Need more birds. Alright, we've got quite an interesting little scene here. We've got some turbines. What I've done is changed over to my FX3 now and gone for 5 times slow motion with the 24 frames per second, and I'm just capturing this as it kind of rotates. I think it's going to look epic. I think it's going to look epic. Overall, this lens is performing really well so far. Again, need to find some birds. Are there any birds about? Because you're going to get your photo taken today, hopefully. Don't know yet. A short while after, we encounter our first bird just past the dam bit, and tiny little bird at a decent distance. I did use aps-c crop here. Oh my days, look at that. But the photo's really happy with it. You can really tell the quality of the lens here, and it being so light and manageable, just shooting handheld is actually a lot of fun. And a bit further on, I believe we found some cormorants. I think it's a cormorant. Let me know what they are down below. So we're using the bird and animal detect on the actual Sony, and it's actually catching their eye pretty much perfectly throughout this entire kind of like shoot. I haven't necessarily got the best angle on them, but doing some photo and video of this now, and we've got this bird on this really interesting piece of wood here that kind of curves around it. If we get some attention, we've got one that's just staring directly at us as well. These ended up being some of my favourite photos of the shoot today, and you can really tell kind of like the dragon kind of like look of them. Really super sharp lens, and this one right now is my favourite photo because its eye looks like a jewel. It's mad. Yes! I got a bird. That's exciting. I really wanted to get a bird. Oh, we got a train coming soon now as well. Slightly less majestic there, Furbs. There's a lot of haze in the environment at the moment, so I'm going to have to do a little bit of editing in post for this photo. But Castle Koch is one of those places in Cardiff which you always see coming in and coming out, and it is particularly pretty. So what I might actually do is set up a tripod here and see if I can get some more shots of it like that. Also, I said this in the last one, this bag, 100 sling. I have been traveling with this lens, the A7C II, the FX3, the 2470 GM, and I got a 20mm f1.8 in here as well, as it's nice and tiny. But you can fit a tripod in this bag, any kind of size, and carry it around. Did this today because I had a lot of walking to do, so it's a nice and light tripod. The other thing when it comes to Sigma lenses, and especially their telephoto end, is that their tripod collar actually comes in an Arca Swiss format, so it pretty much is compatible with any tripod that I use. For the close focusing of the 500mm f5.6, you got a mushroom just on this tree over here, and this is the kind of distance from me to there, panorama. and then back to me again. This is the kind of distance that you're looking for the close focus. I mean, the shot I got on there, I think, is actually pretty damn good. And it's another thing you can do with it. It's not a macro lens, but you can get really quite close in some interesting wildlife. Yeah. Come to me, here we are, in a land of pure imagination. Do do do, do do do, do, da 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 da. Don't quit your day job, Ferbs, but somehow it worked. Suddenly there was loads of birds. I don't know if my angelic voice helped out in this situation, but I believe it might have. Throughout the majority of the day, I shot handhelds, and the photos I've been really impressed with so far. All the autofocus works correctly, and the internal stabilisation, especially for video, is pretty damn good actually, because it wasn't necessarily focusing on keeping it steady throughout, but the video I got of the things I was shooting, surprisingly stable. Oh, anything like that. There's a lock there. It's kind of scary. We found the wildlife. Look at all the wildlife. It's incredible. So when it comes to doing wildlife photography, it's usually really good to get as close to the water as possible. It's a bit hard with something like this. But yeah, we're going to give it a go. Can you two stop fighting? So when it comes to the ergonomics of the actual 500mm f5.6, this is kind of what you've got. It does feel very light, and it is a sports lens, which, you know, means it's high quality optics. Around this side of it, you've got your AF, you've got your focus controls right here, so you can go full 10 meters, 10 to 3.2 meters. You got your optical stabilization modes here, and then down bottom here you got your custom settings, so you can set it up however you want it with the dock, of course. You've got your aperture ring at the front, which is a bit rare with these longer telephoto lenses, but it's nice to actually have there. And you've got the ability to turn the click on there, and then you've also got a lock here as well to lock it off, and that is right there. The tripod collar, when it comes to Sigma lenses, I think is probably one of my favorites, because they have this beautiful click mechanism which basically clicks it into, hey, I want to shoot landscape, hey, I want to shoot portrait, but you've also got the ability to go anywhere in between, but you've got a nice little click there. It's also a 95mm filter on the front of it, which is absolutely massive, and they're a little bit hard to get. That might be a negative for some people, but it's overall really impressed with this lens, must admit. The photos were actually sharper than I thought they were going to be. I would say that Sigma lenses are usually quite sharp, but the other side of it is that the bokeh was actually stunning as well. If you get it in the right angle with the light and coming through the trees. Some of my favourite photos are taken in a while, and we've done quite a few bits of nature stuff recently with Garrett Radford. Watch the video here. But it was actually really impressed. I do very much like this lens, and it all fits in with the A7C2 inside a 100 bag. Look at that, look. Perfect size, so just that setup, walking around in nature and just enjoy it. Of course, because you've got the aps-c modes when it comes to the camera as well, they actually have the ability to actually make it a 750mm lens, which allows you to get some more awesome stuff. Love the lens. If you want to buy it, link down below. So we've basically done a big circle today and got some really cool images. I think they were following us near the end, because the same birds came and said hello again, which, you know, I am all okay for. And yeah, no, really happy with what we got to today. Back to the station, and we're gonna, I don't know what we're gonna do, have a coffee probably. But if you like this video, make sure you like, follow and subscribe if you want to see more. Have a good day.